Metroid Dread launched on October 8th, 2021, and with its launch came a pair of Amiibo. When tapped in-game, the Samus Amiibo will restore some of your health once per day and will grant you an extra energy tank on the first use. This energy tank is permanent for the rest of your playthrough. The Emmy Amiibo, on the other hand, will replenish some of your missiles and will grant you a permanent missile plus tank. Like the Samus Amiibo, the refill will only work once per day. If you have any other Metroid-themed Amiibo, they will also work in similar manners to the Dread varieties. Any other Samus Aran Amiibo will be able to refill your health once per day, and any other Metroid antagonist or enemy Amiibo will refill your missiles once per day. They won't grant any additional energy or missile
What do you call all those things? Tanks. You're welcome.
Ewa!
Alright, now let's move on to the next area. Watch out for that guy. Watch out for that. And we're off. Back into the Emmy zone. Oh, hello. Oh, it hurt me. Alright, we're gonna have to move. I believe we're gonna have to go to the left here. No, we do not. Something's behind here. That was spooky. Alright. Now we have the diffusion beam. We can break that open. Careful of those bombs. They are very loud because, like, it's easy to learn that they are loud because if the Emmy is nearby and they go off, they will alert the Emmy. So, watch yourself. Those guys aren't too bad. Also, the power is out, so we can't access that map room there. There's something in a tank back there. Looks vaguely like the Parasite Queen from Prime. Just vaguely. Head into the red light. Not the red light district, that's something different entirely. Though I can't imagine what a red light district of Dairon would look like. Now, if we wanted to go back, keep note that the doorway now has what seems to be a chill coming from it. Samus cannot handle extreme cold, much like how she previously could not handle extreme heat. So we're gonna have to ignore that for now. But at least the lights are now on, so some of the doors are active, including that one up top. Bust it open. And inside, we have, finally, the bombs. A very classic power-up here. A bomb that can be used while in Morph Ball form. To set a bomb, press Y while in Morph Ball form. Bombs can damage enemies, destroy bomb blocks, or expose hidden blocks. The blast will propel Samus into the air while in Morph Ball form. Samus can also activate Morph Ball launchers with a bomb blast. So, while in Morph Ball form, there you go. You can blow things up. Using the bombs is a very classic way of trying to discover secrets. And that is no different here. Whereas previously, up until this point in Dread, you would be using the missiles to try to uncover things. Now you're able to just use the bombs. And if there are any hidden bomb blocks, then at least you'd be able to pop those open. But yeah, these are bomb launchers. I didn't quite explain that. Hello. Well, you guys keep up the good work. Bomb launchers as obvious. Bomb, launch. Over here, there's a save room. We don't need to use it yet. The minimap was blinking right there to indicate that there was something hidden, and over here is a missile tank. Now, another hidden item is actually around here. The minimap doesn't tell you that there is one, but you'd be able to learn about it if you blew up that top right block past this area. I'm aiming in this general direction. If you were up on the upper path and just bombed that top right block, you'd be able to find out, oh, there's something here. But you could also just access it from below. We can't do anything with this glowing blue block yet, so if you wanted to wait to come back there, you could, but you could also just get it immediately, so no real point in waiting. Now we're entering into what seems to be a very aquatic area. These guys I always have fun avoiding because at their current height, you can just slide or morph fall underneath them, and they don't seem to mind. These flying guys, on the other hand, are joiks. Specifically this one, because to fight him, you need to get out of this water, vault up the ledge, and then fight him. But it takes so long for you to get up there that he'll normally just knock you back off of the ledge. In any event, we've reached a train, and we can now have access to Berenia. Let's head on over. Berenia might as well be considered the aquatic zone because there is a lot of water everywhere. These guys will start inhaling whenever you get close to them, and the best way of handling them is place a bomb down. They'll inhale the bomb and blow themselves up immediately. Can't get that energy part yet because the fan is too strong, so we gotta find an alternate route. Hello. Obviously, if they suck you in, they'll attack back at you. Mobility is greatly reduced here in the water, which makes Berenia, in my opinion, one of the slowest zones to make progress in. These guys will constantly move towards Samus once they notice that she's there, and just cause a barrier to spawn in front of her at all times, slowly approaching her. You can obviously wait for them to get closer and you're out of their range. Or you can just tank the hit and run. It's much faster to just get away from them.
Uploading data.
The lower levels of Ferenia are mostly submerged. You will need your gravity suit to operate there at full efficiency. Abilities such as the grapple beam or space jump will help you maneuver underwater to an extent. Find them as soon as possible.
I'm not going to save my progress just yet. Those guys, if you let them do their attack, will spit out little babies of theirs and, you know, just swarm all over you. Best way to handle them is obviously, as with most enemies, yeah, you know the way, melee counter. We come over here, blow up some of these blocks that are going to spawn back in a second, we can access another missile tank. There they are. But the trick is that these blocks are also bombable, so you wouldn't want to go right up to them with a bomb and try to get through that way. You want to use the magnetic surfaces over there to shoot down the regular breakable blocks, thus making you not blow up the bomb blocks underneath them. Yeah, these guys fire in 8 directions. I think we actually did get to see them a little bit in Dairon before coming over here. And not just the area in Dairon leading up to the Berenia loading zone. So, just an example as to what these guys do. Here come their babies. A little bit difficult to take out normally, so just use a missile or something to take them out. But obviously, melee counter. Hug the left side real quick. As you're heading down, you can grab this Missile Plus tank well before you're really supposed to. These guys, slow moving, and they take a lot of bullets to take out, so you don't want to expend the resources, you don't really have to. We can open up this door right now, but we're not really going to be able to do anything from it, so let's keep moving. Whoop. Finally out of the water again. And you know what that missile door means? We're getting another power-up. This looks vaguely like the statue that Corpius was guarding, or at least what he pilfered. And we have another Aeon Cube. This is the Flash Shift. It's a dash, a combat Aeon ability that allows Samus to instantly move forward or backward to set distance. With full Aeon, hold A to prepare the flash shift, next tilt the left stick forward or backward to move instantly in that direction. Alternately, press A while moving with L, with left stick. This ability can be used in midair as well. Samus can perform up to 2 additional flash shifts by holding down A and tilting the left stick forward or backward immediately after the first flash shift. Using a flash shift will consume the full Aeon gauge. Additional flash shifts consume no further Aeon. This is a really fun ability to use, both in combat and in platforming. So, to demonstrate, hold the A button and Samus will start to glow like this. While the A button is being held, tap left or right, not in that order, and you'll go in that direction. And you can do it up to 3 times before it replenishes, and it replenishes fast, so you can dash very often in combat and out of combat. It's great for getting around. Also, I didn't show it, but there's a save room here. It doesn't do any damage, so it's really just for mobility. If you're used to Hollow Knight at all, it's very similar to the dash in that. Woo, alright. So you can get the energy tank here by flash shifting. Alternatively, if you had the grapple beam, you would be able to grab onto that magnetic ledge and just approach it that way. Now, we could take this lift in order to go to the right, but why would you do that? We have to use the flash shift in order to get past those pressure plates, because standing on them would mean they close instantly, and you can't get around them that way. So flash shifting will also allow you to maintain your height during a jump, and let you progress further, where you normally would not be able to. It's probably my favorite ability that Samus has in this game. Now, upcoming here, if you're quick about it, you can actually jump up here and grab another missile tank. If you were too slow to react to that, the water will fill up here, thus making it impossible for you to get up here at this current moment in time. You would need the grapple beam in order to get up there, or at least the gravity suit to move better in water. There we go. There's nothing for us to the right side, so we can move on pretty easily. Get out of here. There we go. And now we've drained the water enough to where we can actually make some progress off to the right side coming up. If we head back up here, this just leads back to the entrance to Berenia from Dairon. Use a diffusion beam, and you can get through here. We're heading right back to Dairon, actually. Just a different part of it. I do really love the wall of water that the train has to enter and exit from. Alright, Dairon, what other cool secrets do you hold at the moment? Excuse me. Oh, it's the orange Emmy. Let's use the Phantom Cloak, deter it for a little bit. We're gonna start losing some energy here, but better than getting caught. Oh, it's actually coming this way. Oh, it saw us. Oh, we're gonna get caught. Oh boy. Yeah, here we go. Ha!
Very good.
Lucky me. Oh, can't do anything here. We're gonna get caught again, aren't we? Oh, God! Get out of here! I'm getting lucky with those. Let me through. Yeah, we're not going to take any chances for the time being. Okay, good. It's buggering off. Okay, we're here at the central unit again. Watch your step around the Gijinkas. It is a little bit interesting that there are security turrets and Rinkas here in a room with a giant brain and with a giant eyeball attached to said brain. Makes you think about the lore of Metroid a little bit. Alright, same deal as before. We can heat up the armor plating and fire at the weak point, and we can now counteract that Emmy. The question is, where is it? Okay, it's up at the top. I don't think this is a good spot. Shooting it will slow it down a little bit. I don't feel confident about this. Okay, we're going to have a very small window of time. Got it. The yellow Emmy is probably the scariest one, in my opinion. Because it can catch up to you incredibly fast. But with that, we finally have the speed booster. It allows Samus to dash at supersonic speed after a short build-up. Press the left stick in once while running to ready the speed booster. Continue running for a certain distance and the speed booster will activate. While active, any enemies in Samus's path will be damaged and any speed booster blocks will be destroyed. In addition, while the speed booster is active, Samus can propel herself in a set direction using a Shine Spark. Tilt left stick down while speed booster is active to ready a Shine Spark. Once ready, press B to activate it before tilting left stick in any direction to propel Samus in that direction. So they straight up teach you how the Shine Spark works. I believe in previous games they did not tell you how to do it, you just kind of had to know how to do it. But yeah, click in the left stick while you're running, and Samus will start charging up. And then she'll boost herself forward. Really cool animation now. Before we move on, let's grab this energy part. We collected 4, so now we get more energy. Yeah, I was worried about that. About 3 flash shifts is about the same distance that Samus needs to charge up the speed booster again. So if you ever want to, charge it back up again after you're failing it, then feel free to do that. Sorry for not explaining what I was doing there, but adequate platforming will allow you to grab that Missile Plus tank as long as you space your jumps correctly while using the speed booster. Sorry, I realized that I should probably be doing this. Ready a Shine Spark. Hold up and B, and there you go. Samus takes off to the skies. We get another energy tank right away. Pretty neat. Real quick, I want to check to see if there's anything that I am obviously missing in regards to the speed booster. And I know for a fact that there is a power-up somewhere. I think it's here in Dairon. Then again, maybe it isn't. No, you know what? I think it is over here. Yeah, we're gonna take a slight detour. Just so I can grab it now before I forget. Yes, it is right there. It's the missile tank right there. But now that we have the speed booster, charge it up here, break through that wall, and grab this. We won't really be back here anytime soon, so it's better to get it now if you are going for 100% item completion. Ow. Okay. You don't have to do what I just did. Just trying to be clever. Alright, let's break through here. Wait a second. The minimap is flashing, so there is a hidden item around here. If you explore the ceiling a little bit, eventually you'll be able to find that. That is actually, I believe, just a missile block that you need to break open. And then the one right above it is a bomb block, so you needed to jump and place a bomb. And then you can grab this energy part. To those who might be curious, bomb jumping is a little bit tricky to do in this game. At least as far as pattern. Yeah, it's a very different pattern than what previous Metroid games would allow you to do. So, while I think it is an option, I don't know how doable it is or how reliable it is. So, I guess don't really gun for it as an option for platforming. There is an exploit you can do with the bomb jump and water, which is kind of neat. I haven't practiced it myself, but it is an option, and maybe I'll try to show it off at a future point, if not later this episode, then a future one. But yeah, Shine Spark up here, grab that missile tank, and we actually have a yellow teleportal here, which will lead us back to Artaria. And now that we're here in Artaria, there is a speed booster wall right over here. So, build up the speed. Wait. We were just able to break this open, and we can grab a missile tank. Let's resume that speed boost, charge up a Shine Spark, and head on up. Another save room. It's going to be difficult to make a whole lot of progress up here. While it is doable, it's a little tricky. So, let's head down for now. And yet another missile door, which means we have a power-up, the grapple beam. Fires a rope-like beam that can latch onto blue grapple points. Hold ZR and press Y to fire. After latching on, tilt the left stick in the opposite direction to pull objects such as grapple beam doors, grapple beam blocks, and grapple beam boxes. Creative names. When latched onto a grapple swing point, Samus can swing back and forth. If Samus fires at a magnetic surface, she will be pulled quickly toward it. This is going to be very helpful for platforming from here on out. Combat, not so much. There are very specific scenarios where it will work out, and they aren't very common. So now whenever you tap ZR, or hold it, rather, Samus's arm cannon will turn blue, light blue. And whenever there's a grapple point nearby, it'll highlight like this. If you're not aiming at a magnetic surface, it just looks like this. But if you know you can grapple onto something, it'll change color. So there you go. Now she has a grappling hook, basically. If you're having trouble making this jump without the flash shift, you can, aim at the magnetic surface, hold ZR, and grapple onto it. So now any far away magnetic surfaces are child's play. Once again, with the stage transition, or the area transition, we're heading back to Dairon. Man, it's hot. Before we move on, let's break this open. Grapple up here. Use some missiles to break this open. We can collect an unknown resource. You cannot use this item yet. At least you can, you know, have access to it in the first place. Whee! Alright, I'm trying to remember where exactly I gotta go next. It's actually right here. We just broke this open earlier. And now that we have the grapple beam, hold this. And we can make more progress to another loading zone! Yay! This time, to a whole new area. Ferenia. Up we go. Looks like we've entered the Sky Temple Zone. If we want to refill on health and missiles, we can go down there. Before moving too far ahead, note this energy tank piece over there. In order to get there, flash shift at the wall, jump to spin jump, and then wall jump off of that wall to jump right up here. There we go. And we've reached another Emmy zone. So you know what that means. Introduction of another colored Emmy. Oh, but also lore. Vaguely resembles that Chozo we fought at the start of the game. Well, Samus fought. We had no control over it. You good? Oh, hello. Well, that was a fine how do you do. That is a wizard, Samus. He's a nice wizard. But she picked up on that.
Anaman Henki Maradis, Pisalakutar ili Thoha Hasana, ili Chozo Manfaragai Atasen Maburis Ashkar Behek, Ninu Gavara Neporien Levat Balis Hemniku, Hemsen ili Tanumar Tarbi Chozo Rahama Hasana Maburis ili Maukin, Saharilin ili Maukin, Pinoras Hasana Tarbi ili Chozo. Urairisi dos karodan ili Metroid, Nirmugitalar suradis me ili agar nalina, Uramahar pantamugi dos saral pura Metroid, Kunihabari hundar tarasabekes en holchanim, Linkatalu ili uliris, Sabalba, Ashkar behek, Hasari gale ubana dos elegar mir, Ninu barash nek ili ferun dar hadar, les ninu kedar, ili Metroid mugi, tanam dar bi hadar bunta, Eiris dos eka ili gimel. Ashkar behek gabori dos balan ili mathroi dos ili tarin nalima hemsatar. Humbim bi galki sakra. Dos horek bura. Ninu mehirin ili Thoha hasana. Bimura gavara ili sahali. Dos uran ili mathroid. Kalmir tostek. Ananakoden mugi akalai. Ashkar behek hem ili maukin. Hasana hasari anabalta dos humahar sarian. Ili tarin alima. Les nudakan dos geren humahar korgangal turuta mathroid. Sabalba talaris le shak sirugali nevak. Hem mugi lamai dos goro humahar yoris me kohana. Aitar ili gelsu manu naloni ishka ili agarna lima. Mugi garama bi eris les nido. Ili tarin nalima megori le shakutanka. Omtar humahar gelsu mugi barilin ili eris. Arek ebores ashkar behek elemeirisi dos karodan hum. Ninu aros hakame, ninu mahar meheni, dos tumema, ninu mahar yoris. Ishili mathroin, meili agarna lima. Habari bama mugi sarali, lina tamahar toshek. Nutili mathroi desborodo. Ili yoristar ashkar behek, dora habar bados les maradan. Has bados les maradan. Ashka ulugal ata. Ili emai marhuma satari lin ashkar behek. Tamus arlan, feje hadoran. Ninu habar kumane hundos, revolen ili mathroi dim ishkanulisa tamaharisbi.
Kino ulo druta. Ana maril sanur pura. Ay marhel kalom.
Ata estor daboris urahama. Ana habar kisadi ilisata. Ana manbala meyata tamus.
My man, Quiet Robe, no! Alright, so here we have one of the most annoying enemies in the entire game, the robot Chozo soldier. Their worst attack is not that, that's their only counterable attack. Not that, that's just a charge shot. This. You can only dodge it by jumping over them and flash shifting. And they sometimes just choose not to do it. So they charge up their blade with red sparks and then slash at you. It has a very high range, and also, if you try to run away from them, they will chase you down and still do damage to you. It's a very annoying move. Sorry, Quiet Robe, but thank you. Alright, we don't need to go back into the Emmy zone. We'll just head back up here. Now that we have the speed booster, we can go through these wind tunnels and actually make progress through them. I'm going to keep trying to speed up here. Store a Shine Spark, Morph Ball down here, Bomb, and I missed. That wall that is protecting the missile tank is a Shine Spark wall, so you actually do need to be very quick about it. There we go. The trick is that you have to get out of your Morph Ball as you're falling there, and then tap the jump button to activate Shine Spark. Alright, another elevator, so we're not done with the loading zones yet. Quiet Robe unlocked a path in Berenia, so that is our next destination. But first, Adam, what you got for us?
Uploading data.
Our Thoha friend has explained much. We now know why the enemy are pursuing you. Samus Aran, Raven Beak Lord you here. He wants the Metroid DNA that exists only within you. I have confirmed that Quiet Road has deactivated all remaining enemies. You should now be able to reach the surface unthreatened. The route Quiet Road opened is in Berenia. Return there immediately.
Well, at least he deactivated all the Emmy. That sure is a lot off our shoulders. Bust that open. Well, not bust it open, more like push it open. Eat. Real quick, I wanted to address that there is a missile over there, but there's a bomb block here, and there are actually 2 other bomb blocks right next to it. So unless you're incredibly quick with the bombs, you are not going to be able to get what's behind there anytime soon. Still doing work on this this creature here. Now that we have the grapple beam, we can break that open, come down here again, and make our way back to Berenia. Was not expecting you to get that on the way down, but hey. Alright. How are you going to annoy me this time? You're not. Die. Alright, once again with the loading zones. Thankfully, now that we have the speed booster, this initial bit of Berenia, not this screen specifically, but right here, is actually going to be a lot quicker. You could also go south, and now that you have the grapple beam, make a shortcut that way. But it's just as easy to use the speed booster. Also, as you saw there, you can use the grapple beam to pull off the cover of that annoying enemy, and, you know, get through him that way. Get out of my way. Yeah, they'll spit acid now, and the acid can linger on the ground and do damage to you if you're standing in the vicinity. I haven't been to one of these data rooms in a while. I'm sorry, a map room in a while. So let's unlock the map of Berenia. There is a flashing light right next to us, but we'll be back in that area soon, so don't need to worry about it just yet. Excuse you. These guys are armored, so for some reason, whenever Samus goes for their dash melee, she'll actually rebound off of them. It has to be a dash melee. She'll rebound off of them, and sometimes you'll not be able to get the adequate melee counter going. That block I just missiled is a missile block, yeah, and there are some drop-through blocks right there, so you can't just flash shift over to it naturally. You need to first break the block open, flash shift to the ledge, grab the ledge, and then come down here. Open up this door. And we're good. Bye. Ugh. Alright, fine. Tank the hit, run. These little blobs can be annoying, especially if you're not really paying attention to them. If you need health, there's a health statue right there. Come here. Whenever you break open their armor, they will immediately charge at you, so be sure to ready your melee counter. Yeah, that was an example of me trying to use the grapple beam on that enemy to attack, and it just didn't quite work out. Huh. And again with the huh. Okay, so missiles don't normally work against these guys, but once they launch at you, then you can attack them. But I just like the melee counter because they give you a lot of supplies. Wiggly wavy, we're in the water. Hello there. Okay, so the trick to this fight, blow up the tentacle. Also, these red blobs cannot be blown up. The green, blue ones can. Charge your charge beam, blow that up, and then take this lift. You could try to take the lift before you blow these up, but this boss will be able to react or like revive itself before you make it over. So keep that in mind. I also can't remember the name of this boss at the moment, but we'll be able to find out after it's over, if I remember to look it up. Not entirely sure how you're supposed to dodge this one outside of, you know, jumping at the right time. There we go, we did enough damage. Let's blow that up again. And there we go. That's the boss. It is not very difficult at all. Oh, I just remembered, actually. Its name is Droiga. Well, its name was Droiga. And now it's all pussy and gross. Once again with the drop-through blocks. Now, we could use the grapple beam. Anyway, it is worth noting, too, that down below me right here, this is a breakthrough thing, there's a missile tank. So, we can't get to it just yet. You will be able to later. Pop that open, you can get an easy access to the energy recharge, which I will do. I'm 3 whole tanks down. Thanks to Droiga. Glad that missed me. There we go. This is a save room in case we need it. But before we do save, let's take yet another loading zone and head up to Gavoran, the next area. Little aminals. Well, bye guys. We've actually been able to see glimpses of those animals in the backgrounds of the various locations we've been to so far. So this is the first time we're actually getting to see them out in the wild. There's a green missile door up there. We're gonna need to be back there later. Now, it might look like we're not able to really make any progress in this room, which is true. We cannot do anything as far as story progress is concerned. But if you charge up a Shine Spark right around there, misplaced. in about there. There we go. Pop up here. You can get this Missile Tank Plus well before you're really supposed to. Or at least before it's intended for you to have it. You really need a jumping power-up more than you need the Shine Spark for that one. And here we go again with the Robot Chozo Soldier. Fun times. Stop with that stupid move. I don't know the tell for if it's going to do the slash attack versus the counterable attack before the animation starts. That's the counterable one. That one, yeah, obviously it's charging itself with red energy. And it changes up when it fires off the attack, too. That's the most annoying part about it, is that you can never, like, know until they start revving up the attack which one it's going to be. And you don't know how to dodge it until they start throwing it out. And if they throw it out early, then how do you dodge that? It's annoying. Either way. Bye, buddies. We can go down here if we use a bomb, but we don't need to yet. There is a collectible there, but we'll find ourselves back there anyway later. And we're in an Emmy zone. There's still some film grain, but true to his word, Quiet Robe has disabled all the Emmys, so this blue Emmy here is just going to stay there. Sure was nice of him. You don't need to worry about the dread that is of Metroid Dread. Ain't that nice? Alright, Adam, brief us.
Uploading data.
Samus, you are approaching the surface. This area, Gavoran, appears to be an underground forest. The Emmy have been deactivated, but Ravenbeak still desires the Metroid DNA within you. I have reviewed the video log of your encounter after your arrival. You were no match for him then. You are no match for him now. It is true that you have recovered many of your combat abilities. However, my analysis suggests that you would not be a worthy adversary for him, not even at full power. One thing still eludes me. Why did Ravenbeak spare you during that encounter? Something must have motivated him.
Thank you, Adam. And now a word from our sequence breaks. That Droiga boss fight was a bit underwhelming, wasn't it? There is some good news for aspiring speedrunners. It is possible to use the pseudo wave beam to skip the fight entirely. You don't get any major power-ups from it, so you miss nothing by skipping it. How do, you may ask? Here's how do. This skip happens in the room with the energy recharge statue. On the platform underneath the statue, hug the right wall, charge your diffusion beam, and aim at the glowing yellow lights on the underside of the statue to position your shot. Let go of your aiming button to make Samus start moving, but do not change your left stick's position. Perform a slide jump at the ledge, and fire your shot as you hit the ceiling. If you do it right, your diffusion beam will hit the alien block at the other side of the wall. Hit it twice, and you're good. As with the other pseudo wave beams before, this will take a little practice to get right, but it becomes a lot easier once you figure out where to aim. In this case, aiming directly at the leftmost yellow light underneath the statue is the best place I've found to aim before attempting the trick. If you really want, you can go back to Droiga's room to try to fight it after having skipped it, but at a certain point it disappears and you don't get to fight it. Specifically, you can't fight it with the gravity suit on, which would have been the silliest way to fight it given how mobile Samus is in the water with the gravity suit. Do you think this means it dies off screen if you skip it, or does it mean it never existed? Food for thought. There is also a decent skip you can perform the moment you get the speed booster, and it'll let you collect an upgrade that can help a little going forward. It's tricky to do and can get you a few collectibles early, but it's not super helpful and is mostly just a display of cool moves. Return to the northwestern part of Dairon after getting the speed booster, where the map room is. Charge a Shine Spark by speed boosting into the neighboring cold room, then quickly grapple onto the magnetic wall, jump, and if necessary, flash shift, to position yourself to Shine Spark onto the slanted surface next to the magnetic wall. Jump and wall jump to make your way to the upper platform while maintaining the speed boost and break through the wall. You'll get an energy part and you'll be able to access Gavoran early. While you can't make a whole lot of progress here due to certain pathways being blocked off from this obtuse entrance, you can still get to the super missiles here and have them for the robot Chozo Soldier and Droiga fights. While it makes the fights take a little less time, it's debatable as to whether or not it's useful to get early, as it has you go out of your way to get it, it doesn't speed up the fights all that much, and you can skip Droiga anyway, so really, it's just a neat way of getting something early without being overly useful in the long run. Returning to the topic of the Shine Spark, it's also useful for dealing some cheeky damage to surprisingly most bosses. For example, you can charge up a Shine Spark in Quiet Rogue's room and use it to hit the robot Chozo soldier during the mini-boss fight. Do it twice, and the soldier is destroyed. It's a very powerful attack and very satisfying to land if done correctly. If a boss can be trivialized with the Shine Spark, I'll try to make mention of it. That's it for this time. Join us next time for Adventures in ZDR Part 4.